Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we'll do the detailed and full review of the Oppo F5. So Oppo F5 is the latest selfie-centric smartphone with an 18:9 aspect ratio display, and it comes with a 20 megapixel selfie camera. That's a really good selfie camera for the price of 20,000. So we have the 4GB RAM and 32GB storage, which sells for 19,999. So in this video, we'll talk about how good the experience of this device is, and we'll see if this device makes good sense to buy at this price segment. So without any further delay, let's get started. So first up, let's have a quick look at the specifications. It has a 6-inch Full HD Plus resolution display, 18:9 aspect ratio. It is powered by the Helio P23 octa-core chipset coupled with 4GB RAM, 32GB storage, 3200 mAh battery, Android 7.1, and it comes with the ColorOS 3.2. The camera is 16 megapixel rear camera, 20 megapixel front camera, and it has artificial intelligence selfie mode as well. So that is the specifications. Now let's go straight into the design and build quality. So design wise, the Oppo F5 is a good looking device out there. It is quite good and a sleek design to hold. It feels quite good as well. It's pretty lightweight at 158 grams. So overall the design is definitely a good aspect on the Oppo F5. Although it is a full view display, there is slight bezels on the display. It's not exactly an infinite display. It is just an 18:9 aspect ratio. You get slimmer bezels, but it's not a bezel-less design. But overall it feels quite good and pretty handy as well. But the one thing what was not that great on this device was the build quality. It is a plastic build, and for a 20k price segment device, we would have expected Oppo to come with a metallic build. So that's the only downside of the Oppo F5 in terms of design build quality. Design definitely feels good, but the build quality could have been better with a metallic construction. Next up, let's talk about the display. So display is a 6-inch Full HD Plus resolution display with an 18:9 aspect ratio, and the display feels quite good. It's a vibrant, colorful display. It has Gorilla Glass protection and also a pre-installed screen guard, and the viewing angles are also pretty good on this display. Now the outside visibility is quite acceptable, and the brightness levels are also quite decent on this device, and the touch response also feels pretty smooth. So overall we feel the display is definitely a good display. It's an 18:9 aspect ratio with Full HD Plus resolution display. So that's the display aspect. Now let's talk about the software. So this device comes with the ColorOS 3.2. That's the latest version of ColorOS, and you get Android 7.1.1 out of the box, and you can see the ColorOS version 3.2. And this device comes with a lot of additional features and modes. If you go to the settings panel, you get to see additional options, including face unlock, and ColorOS comes with options like clone apps, gestures and motion, split screen, and a lot of additional modes and gestures are included. So it's a feature rich UI in terms of the options, and there is also theme store where you can download additional themes, which is again pretty good. But having said that, we would have expected Oppo to come with Android Oreo, at least when a phone is releasing towards the end of 2017. We expected Oppo to come with at least Oreo, but that has not been the case. So overall the software feels quite good. It's definitely an improvement over the Oppo's ColorOS previous version, and you can see the notifications and then quick toggles. The quick toggles are you can access it from the bottom panel, and the notification center is also quite decent. So that was the software aspect. Now let's talk about the performance. So this phone is powered by the Helio P23 octa-core chipset, which is coupled with a 4GB RAM. Now talking about the performance, so this phone is powered by the Helio P23 octa-core chipset, which is a mid-range chipset, and it does come with a 4GB RAM and 32GB storage. So the benchmark score of this device is quite good and slightly above the Snapdragon 625. So the Helio P23 is a decent chipset in this price segment, and it does quite good in terms of the performance. So you can see that the performance on this device is really good. It's smooth, and in day-to-day tasks it definitely performed really well, no lags whatsoever. But when it comes to gaming, that's where the device was not that great in terms of the performance, and you could clearly see some lag happening with heavy graphic rich intensive games. The performance was kind of average, but it can perform decently well in terms of the medium graphic settings or lower resolution, lower games like Subway Surfers or Temple Run, but heavy graphic rich games are not that great on this device. So overall in terms of the day-to-day performance, it was pretty snappy performance, but the gaming was not that great on this device. Now other than that, the call quality on this device was pretty good. There is no issues with calls, and the speaker performance, which is located at the bottom panel, also did a quite good job altogether. Now next up, this device also supports OTG out of the box. There is VoLTE support and dual SIM card support as well. You can also expand the storage. This device comes with 32GB storage. Now next up, the camera performance. So we have done a detailed camera review of this device as well. So this comes with a 16 megapixel rear camera with f-stop 1.8 and a 20 megapixel selfie camera with again 2.0 aperture, and this is one of the really good selfie cameras out there. Now looking at the camera performance of this device, the daylight captures were quite good, decent color quality, and they were pretty vibrant as well, and the overall sharpness levels were also quite acceptable. But when you compare with other camera smartphones in this price segment, namely the Moto G5s Plus, the Xiaomi Mi A1 and also the Honor 9i, that's where the device felt a bit lacking in terms of the overall performance and was kind of average. The low light performance of this device was also not that great. Now you can also see the selfie experience was one of the best in this category, and the selfie performance of this device was really good. You could see some of the selfie samples which we have taken in this with this camera, and one of the best we have seen in this price segment. The bokeh mode also did a quite good job altogether. The edges of the bokeh was not really perfect, but still it is an acceptable case in this price segment. Finally, talking about the battery performance, the 3200 mAh battery does not come with fast charging. That's kind of disappointing aspect for a 20k price segment device. There is no fast charging. It is provided with a 5 volt 2 ampere charger, and the battery performance was quite good, and we could get slightly more than a day with battery life, and it was quite good battery performance, we would say, for this full view display device. So now summing up, how good is the Oppo F5 for a price of 20,000? So good aspects of Oppo F5 include full view display, selfie camera, the design looks quite good, the software has good features, the good overall performance, and decent battery life as well. So the downsides of the Oppo F5 include the rear camera performance was not that great, plastic build quality, no fast charging, and also the pricing was slightly higher, and the gaming performance was not that great. So at a price of 20,000, this phone makes sense if you are more into selfies, and if you want a full view display with really great selfie performance, then the Oppo F5 makes sense. Otherwise, we would say you should be also looking at the Honor 9i, which also comes with really great features, almost similar performance as well. Again, full view display with 4 cameras. So that's priced 18k. So it's slightly cheaper than the Oppo F5. So that was a detailed review of the Oppo F5 with pros and cons. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.